While we only think we know a few things about the Institute, we know enough to get us started, and we know what we need to do.
Babs? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm almost finished with this one.
Arkins, talk to me. What's the situation out there? What? None? You're shitting me.
I, Lily Adamcat, do take you, Richard Zohar, to be my lawfully wedded husband. To have and to hold, to love like crazy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sugamono Gaijin, streaming from Tokyo, and welcome back to the Bleachers Fallout 4 and Survival, where last time, after defeating the Gunners, we started the last set of quests as the FSD, to support the FSD faction, and we started destroying other factions. And we started, unfortunately, because I like them, we started destroying first the railroads, which is exactly what we did last time, and we did that in a fashion which was a little sad.
Like Christmas turkey.
Basically, we drowned everyone in headquarters, and then we smoked out the second set of group from their building and shot them as they were escaping. Doesn't feel great, but that's what it is. And now we are here, ready to report to the sheriff. Alright, Sheriff, what do you have for us?
Move along.
Yeah, it should work, as long as they're where the data says they are.
It's down there somewhere, that's for sure. We repeated the triangulation 4 times, and the courser's chip detected each burst.
What did Whitworth say the blast radius on that thing was?
200 meters.
That gives us 400 meters end to end, not accounting for cavitation and pressure at that depth. Looks like we'll need every bit of that blast radius to do the job.
What depth?
That's the big question, isn't it? The deeper it is, the more pressure will be on the walls of the void, and the bigger the effective radius. Which is why...
I know. I'm sorry, Barb. I can't promise your safety. I can promise we'll do our best, and you'll be the last to fall if you fall.
I know, I'm just not made for this.
Alright, what do you have for us, Sheriff?
Welcome back. Report?
Oh, Lily, I'm so glad you made it back safe.
Hey, Babs. Yeah, I'm all in one piece. Didn't think I'd miss dinner night, did ya?
And the railroad?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Sheriff.
The report.
Yeah, that was really a slaughter. We did it.
Excellent work.
Well, I can't lie, it's not how I'd want to go out. But the railroad headquarters is full underwater. It came up over the church basement before we even got there after the blast. It happened so fast, one of them charges had to crack a seawall. The blast must have attracted some loose railroad because they showed up to a party with us in the church. But it was nothing we couldn't handle. Then we jetted over to Ticonderoga, like you wanted, which you'll have to explain to me why it's me doing all the work sometime. Ticonderoga went according to plan. I thought you'd like to know, Babs. Kept us all from having to fight in an office building. Harkin set up this vicious gauntlet with the turrets that cut those poor schlubs to pieces the moment they stuck their heads out the door. One wise guy had a gas mask and stayed up there, but we went in and cleaned the last bit out. Speaking of cleaning, that place is a soot-filled mess now. You're gonna want to wipe down anything the scavengers bring back from there.
Good work. If the railroad somehow survives this, there won't be any sense left to turn loose by the time they achieve that capability again. It's time for an even more formidable enemy now. Report with us to the briefing area. Time is critical.
Yes, sir. Now, why are those characters glitching regularly?
As you all know by now, our operation against the railroad was a success. There were absolutely 0 casualties, thanks in no small part to Dr. McClintock's brilliant strategy. If there is anything left of their organization, it is so scattered and crippled as to no longer be capable of fulfilling its dubious mission. Still, be careful. They were a decentralized command. There are certainly agents still out there, and they will have a bone to pick with us.
Yes,
But there is
Deacon.
no time for celebration yet. Our next target is much more capable and dangerous than the railroad, and we know far less about it. The first order of business is to secure the room from security leaks. And the room can't be secure if we have someone who is openly familiar and on good terms with the Institute here. We know something of your close relationship with them. When you used that teleporter in Lily's presence, how did you think she would react? What we're doing here is too important to compromise with variables such as yourself. You have a choice to make right now.
All right. Institute for Life. All right. Let's deal with the Institute, but please don't kill everyone. Just kill the heads. There are poor slugs out down there who have, who are good people. But yeah, kill the heads if you want.
We'll see if you really feel that way. I know I have the loyalty of everyone else in this room. What I don't know is if you're willing to assist us in moving against the Institute.
We do this and no more Institute?
Our ultimate goal is need to know, and people who haven't agreed to help us don't need to know.
I don't like those answers. It doesn't sound like fun. They are not all nerds. For the good of the Commonwealth, let's do it.
Indeed. Most of us know the history of the Institute. They were formed from the ruins of the university north of the Charles River. CIT. At first, interactions with the outside world were positive by all accounts, and the Institute tried to assist with the reclamation of the city. For reasons we don't know, the Institute grew displeased with the efforts. They grew less and less interested in assisting settlements. They branded the entire effort to form a functional government a waste of time, and isolated themselves almost 100 years ago. Which brings us to the settlement's attempts at forming a stable government. The Commonwealth Provisional Government meeting at the castle. For anyone who does not know, the CBBE was an effort to unify the Commonwealth under a common, mutually beneficial relationship. The Commonwealth's most influential settlements sent representatives to the castle 40 years ago to try and reach their own agreement on a government. The Institute also sent a representative, a synth, who killed all attendees. It was the last attempt this region ever made at forming a government. From what I've been told, that incident marks when the Institute stopped being a self-isolated outsider and became a dangerous antagonist. No longer satisfied to keep to themselves, they have decided on a course of action that is as baffling as it is dangerous. To save humanity, they kidnap random citizens, kill them, and replace them with synthetic copies of varying similarities to the original. To further complicate things, these replacements are not always reliable. They can and do malfunction, sometimes in violent ways. I'm talking about the Broken Mask incident, where Diamond City learned the hard way that synths could and did walk among us, completely undetected. They kidnap uninfluential people, sometimes in far-flung corners of the Commonwealth, whose replacement could serve a limited agenda at best. Farmers, scavengers, beggars, parents and siblings, ordinary everyday people who could not possibly steer an agenda, all dead and replaced. They demand we stop interfering. They claim they are not interested in the affairs of the outside world, that we are beneath them, and then they take actions totally contrary to their claims. If their goal is to sow mistrust and doubt of synths and their organization while simultaneously uniting us against them, They succeeded. However, I doubt that is what they are setting out to do, which makes their real goals all the more mysterious. Lieutenant,
While we only think we know a few things about the Institute, we know enough to get us started, and we know what we need to do. Not long after we established our headquarters and began on-air communications, our equipment started detecting periodic energy bursts. We had no idea what they were. Suffice to say, they came from somewhere close by and were generated by sophisticated technology.
How'd you guys figure that out?
Energy releases that powerful are either an explosion, EMP, or unknown technology. Since there were no explosions and no EMP,
Good point.
we spent a considerable amount of time trying to triangulate where the bursts were coming from. We had no idea what they were and no way to predict them. We just had to send scouts who would sit and wait for readings. Reading the data proved a challenge. Every energy burst seemed to have two origins, which complicated the data considerably. They would come in pairs. One signal always seemed to emanate from Cambridge, the other, it was anyone's guess. We made little progress for a long time. We suspected the Institute, but we couldn't tell if it was an experiment, a weapon, or something else. So it became standard operating procedure to collect telemetry during any encounters we expected to have with the Institute. Recently, during Lily's extraction from the Institute counter-ops facility, Crenshaw encountered something that made it all make sense. You've no doubt all heard through rumors now that the Institute possesses teleporter technology, and it was the source of the energy burst. And now you know why we can't ever find the Institute. It has no doors.
the data Crenshaw gathered while face-to-face with the teleporter energy bursts did not go to waste, however. As you can imagine, the data streams in these teleporter bursts are both large and dense. But it turns out they are very easy to disrupt. The destination stage of the teleport is dependent on some very precise and delicate magnetic field effects to maintain cohesion. The carrier wave for the data is a standard radio station. Both are easy to jam within a mid-sized radius of a kilometer.
Ah, so that's how.
Yes, we've been jamming constantly since learning this. If we jam the radio station, they can't send the signal and teleport here. If we interfere with the magnetic field as they arrive, the materialization will be disrupted, and they will arrive non-functional, to say the least. The scribes of the Brotherhood have provided additional intel as to the nature of these teleporter bursts, and how best to detect them. By adjusting our scanners according to their recommendations, we've been able to more closely triangulate where in Cambridge they come from. But the real breakthrough came when we were able to recover a Corsair chip so fresh we could keep it active outside of its original install location.
We've been closely monitoring the chip that came out of the CPU of the Corsair that Crenshaw and Harkins recovered. The chip is finely tuned to detect the Cambridge side of the teleporter bursts, and becomes very active during and immediately after them. Some of the technology we've been able to harness, other aspects of it are a complete mystery. For example, we have absolutely no idea how to use this chip to hitch a ride on their teleporter or call for a pickup. However, we have been able to decode and read the data it receives for each of the teleporter bursts. This means we know where in Cambridge the Institute is located.
Finally. Let's go kick some ass.
Roughly.
God damn it.
So then what the hell are we gonna do? Why are we here?
The Institute is indeed located in the CIT ruins as rumored. However, it is well below those ruins. How far exactly, we don't know. We don't know its size, shape, or just how deep it is. That's no way to plan an attack strategy.
We're going to collect data, which is where I come in.
Listen closely, people. The doctor is about to go over the plan.
Years ago, when we started digging under Diamond City for the soil to fill the greenhouse, we realized the void could double as a cistern. But it would only suffice as a cistern if we dug to the right location. We had to look underground before we even broke ground to know where. To do this, I borrowed a piece of equipment from Vault 81,
Oh, I remember that. Some kind of radar, you said? Had me push a lawnmower around while you followed me and banged on your computer?
As I explained at the time, it wasn't a lawnmower then, and it isn't a lawnmower now, Lily. It's a ground-penetrating radar, or GPR for short.
I also remember nobody else in the Commonwealth knew how to use it, which is why Vault 81 let you borrow it. You gonna teach Dan or Crenshaw? You want me to go ask him for you? That why I'm here?
Actually, we have the radar already. Scouts went over and picked it up from McNamara yesterday. Her rental fee wasn't cheap. More to the point, I tried to teach the brightest FSD personnel to use it, but it's not possible in the short time frame we have. The software to run it is just too complicated. I had plenty of time to learn to use it in Vault 81, which means I'm going to have to do it.
Wait, so you're going out there? Oh, no. No. Babs ain't getting her ass shot off if I got anything to say about it.
You wanted to know why you're here, Lily? The same reason we brought you in on the Atom Cat operation. What would you do if we told you not to come?
You could bet your ass I'm out there if Babs is. This isn't negotiable.
As we are all aware, which is why you're here, better you coordinate and assist than go loose cannon on us.
Oh, you're really doing this, ain't you, Babs?
There's no other way, Lily. I've only fought plant pests. Believe me, I don't want to do this either. But the intel is hot. We have to act, and fast.
That's not listening, people. We're here for business. Doctor, the plan, please.
Of course, Dan. Apologies. Alright, people, here's the situation. As I just mentioned to Lily, the plan is to make a map of the subsurface beneath the CIT building in Cambridge. To do this, we'll be using the GPR. Unfortunately, the Institute is probably far too deep for standard GPR to map. So we're going to need to modify the device and collection procedure for our purposes. However, this is nothing I haven't done before. I used the same method to map out far below Diamond City, letting us find good soil for the greenhouse and a solid granite void for the cistern. However, there are big catches to the plan. First, I have to do this, because as I said, the software package is too complex to teach quickly. Then there's the method of collection. The GPR has to remain still and hooked to a worksite fusion generator for a period of time to read that deep. And finally, we only get one shot at this, and we need good coverage, so I'll be taking at least 3 individual readings as a sitting duck.
I'm right by your side out there, Babs.
Being out there is certainly not my first choice. I'm no fighter. I only know how to fire a pistol because McNamara forced me to learn.
Keep your eyes up front and your attention on me, people. Dr. McClintock just explained what we're doing. I'm going to explain how we do it.
Question? 'Cause I don't get it. How does figuring out exactly where the Institute is help us fight it? We still can't get it or reach it.
That comes after we analyze this data. Now, if it's okay with you, I'd like to continue with the briefing.
Sorry.
As I was going to say, Dr. McClintock will need to take at least 3 separate measurements in the main quad of the CIT campus.
Question.
Unbelievable.
Sorry. But won't they be able to teleport in right behind us? Literally, once they figure out what's going on?
Lily,
Yeah?
shut up and listen.
Sorry.
The 3 readings the doctor mentioned must also be far from each other to avoid wasting valuable time overlapping the scans. The doctor anticipates each measurement will take a minute or 2, during which time she is a sitting duck. I would send most of our force to keep her safe, but for the hope that this entire scan might go unnoticed by the Institute entirely. So the force must remain small, and must operate at night. With any luck, they can quietly walk in there, take their scans, and quietly walk out. However, I'm not going to risk lives on only that hope. So we have a plan B in case the Institute detects the doctor's GPR. Lieutenant Crenshaw will escort Dr. McClintock to a rally point a block from the CIT campus in Cambridge. They must travel alone, Lily, because I want them arriving without a single shot fired. Her safety is paramount, and power armor attracts attention. The equipment is portable in only the strictest sense of the word. Lieutenant Spears and Lily will carry that to the rally point at Cambridge. Lieutenant Harkins will arrive with the regulars in case Plan B must be executed. They will wait at their own rally point to avoid drawing attention. When all parties are confirmed in position, you will move quietly to take the first reading. The GPR will no doubt flood the Institute with radar waves. They might very well detect it. They might never know it happened. We do not know. What we do know is that it will be a very tense few minutes, with the thought that any second a synth could teleport in next to them.
Why don't you just...
Because the jamming device directly interferes with their teleport carrier signal, and emits quite the light show. The GPR might get their attention. However, the jamming device will get their attention. Nevertheless, the equipment you and Spears will be transporting has a jammer hooked to a worksite fusion generator. If they are not discovered, Crenshaw and the doctor will take the readings and everyone will quietly return. No shots fired. However, at the first positive sign that the Institute is alerted to their presence, Plan B will take effect.
To be clear, Plan B is not an evacuation plan. Its objective is to protect the doctor while she finishes taking readings under fire. If and when their cover is compromised, Lieutenant Crenshaw will immediately activate the jamming device. We estimate its radius at a city block, meaning synths will not be able to teleport into the main quad or line of sight of the doctor. Lieutenant Harkins' team will be responsible for intercepting and disabling synths that teleport from outside the radius and arrive on foot. Lieutenant Spears' team will rally to Crenshaw and the doctor. They will clear the main quad and keep it that way to create a secure perimeter. This will act as a buffer zone to keep synths away from the doctor. Spears' team is not to leave the main quad. They stick close to Crenshaw. To reiterate, Spears' team will not leave their post. They are to only engage synths that make it past Harkins' team and are in firing range. Be ready to cover the doctor while she moves from reading position to reading position if need be. Once the data has been collected, Lieutenant Crenshaw will escort the doctor from the quad and bring her back here under Stealth Boy cover. They will not collect the equipment and they will not engage the enemy on the way out. The purpose is to get the doctor out as fast as possible. And the GPR equipment. The Institute will know what we are doing if we leave it behind. It's imperative Lieutenant Spears and Lily clear it.
Lily,
Yo?
I know you care a great deal for the doctor, but you need to be a team player in this. No taking protecting her into your own hands. You need to follow your orders in this without question and trust that Crenshaw will keep her safe.
You got it, Sheriff. We're a team tonight. So what are you gonna do with all this information?
The last thing we need is the Institute catching any of you and putting you under their mind scanners to hear the answer to that question. So, we're not going to be discussing that until the data is analyzed and we have formulated a plan that's ready to execute.
Lieutenant Crenshaw and the doctor will equip and leave for Cambridge within the hour. Spears' team, the GPR, jamming equipment, and fusion generator are in the armory. Rendezvous with Crenshaw and the doctor at nightfall in Cambridge at the designated location. Bring the equipment with you. Harkins' team will be there, but not actually enter the CIT campus quad. Do not wait to contact them to begin. They will remain out of sight.
Are there any questions?
Yes.
So we do this, and the Brotherhood floats their asses back to DC?
I don't know where they'll go. I frankly don't care. But they have agreed to leave the Commonwealth, yes.
Say no more. We're good to go. I'll keep Barb safe.
No, sir. We're ready.
Gary didn't patch me up for nothing. Let's get this started.
I have a ton of questions. I mean, I'm not really happy, frankly, with this. One, you know I can teleport there. You made a point of this. Just ask me to put a to put an some kind of emitter down there. I'll do it, no problem. I can even put bombs if you want. Right? Two, you know that I'm 200 years old. I attended college. I can handle computers. Right? At least you should check. You don't need to have Babs doing that. Not super happy with the storyline here. I'm disappointed with you, Sheriff, in this. You know I can teleport there. Why? Why? Just let me put a transmitter there. Or bombs. I'll help in whatever way I can.
You are a loyal sidekick. Very good. Very well. Good luck out there. Work together and bring each other back safely.
Alright, so... Is there a specific time where I need to do... It will be heavy, okay.
See those big lights? That's right. Working electricity.
Are you okay with me going to the armory?
right there in the middle of the floor.
Okay. Let me look. It says it will be heavy. 103. Won't be more than 100, right? Hey, it doesn't register. Alright, let me eat and drink. There we go. I still need to eat more, really. Mud fruit. There you go. I can't speak to you. There's no... Hello, sir? Sir? I want to speak to you. I'm pressing E. Sir? Sir? Ah. Oh, nice. Anything interesting there? No. Bar armor. Okay. Alright, I'd love to speak to you. Okay, let me get out and come back.
You should get inside the city.
Alright.
Hey, where at?
No. Ah, there we go.
Excuse me.
You got your work cut out for you. Now let's get to it. You ready to head out?
Yep, let's get going.
All right. Off to Cambridge.
You know, this is a lot lighter than the motorcycle.
Hey.
Glad you guys made it. Is everyone okay?
Yeah, we're all good on our end. Just another stroll through the Garden of Eden. Here's all the heavy shit.
I'm glad we got you guys out here. That shit looks heavy. Between all of us, I think we can handle it. Arcus just clicked their mic a couple minutes ago. The team's in position. What do you say, Doc? You ready to go do this?
I went down my checklist. I even barfed on the way here.
She ain't lying either.
And if I pee my pants out there, I'll just keep going. So, yeah. I think I'm as ready as I'll ever get.
You stick to me like glue out there. You got it? I'll have my hand on the jammer button in case we see anything.
You look out for her out there, Crenshaw. We'll be right here waiting to help.
Anything pops up out there, you'll have to get through me first. I promise you.
Time to make the donuts. You guys cover us while we work. There is no
The rig
telling
good
what
to
they
go,
might pull
Doc?
with that teleporter.
The rig good to go, Doc?
Yeah, it's on. Just started the emitter. Give me 20 seconds to finish the reading. Okay, we're good. Let's get the second reading.
Stay close. We're on our way.
Nice.
Crenshaw?
On it, Doc. Parkins, plan B. We got income.
Where are you guys? What do you mean I failed? Ah, yes. You okay?
You ever wonder why people carry around a single pool ball? Maybe a baseball mitt, but no baseball? Weird, right?
Alright, gentlemen.
That's it? Where's the rest of them?
Babs? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm almost finished with this one.
Harkins, talk to me. What's the situation out there? What? None? You're shitting me. Yeah. Stay wired tight. Keep in touch.
Talk to me, Crenshaw. What's going on? I'm not hearing gunshots out there.
Harkins reports no incoming. I don't get it. I'm getting worried now.
We don't have time to worry. I'm done with this reading. One more and we can go. Let's move it.
Everyone, stay close. Keep those eyes pointed out and wide open.
What's going on, Babs? Why aren't they coming to kill us? It's too fucking quiet.
I don't know, Lily. Unless...
What is it, Doc? We're gonna die in a giant explosion right now?
Just keep the jammer running. Maybe we reach far enough down that we hit the other end of that teleporter. Just let me take this reading.
Wait. You mean they're fucking stuck down there? No way.
I don't know. Now just let me take this fucking reading so we can get out of here alive.
Everyone, shut up! Harkins, keep the line open. Doc, finish the reading.
Almost done. Okay, that's it. I've got the info on this hollow.
Harkins, we're done. We don't know why it's so quiet, so get your guys the hell out of here fast. Spears team, listen up. If the doc's right, the Institute's already radioed for a topside course to hightail it over here. As much as I'd love to leave them down there buried forever, they're not. They got folks up here that can contact to unplug that jammer for them. And if they get their hands on that jammer, they'll study it and find a way around it by next week at the latest. So, I'm calling an audible.
A what now?
It means I'm changing plans on the fly. Look, just shut up and listen. I'm getting the fuck out of here with the doc. We're leaving the cart, the generator, and the jammer. You guys take the rest. I'm leaving a Whitworth special on the jammer. 15-second delay.
But the jam...
I'll bet good caps the Institute is really pissed right now. And the moment the jammer drops, this place will be swarming with scents and coursers. So, we're not gonna be here when the jammer signal drops. We're gonna blow it sky high to keep the Institute from getting it. We can make another portable jammer, we can't make more of us. I'm leaving right now with the doc. Spears, you set this to blow once you get the gear loaded up. 15 seconds, not 1 second more. The jammer absolutely must be destroyed. Clear?
Clear.
Copy, sir.
We got it from here. Get her home safe, Crenshaw.
Thank you. All of you. Good luck.
Okay. Can I take this? Pick up the laptop. Right. Let's go. Yeah. That blew all right. I don't see any courser. I don't see anyone for that fact. Alright,
Saw you poking around.
so what's next?
I looked at it on my Pip-Boy on the way back here. It's pretty solid looking data, but I won't know for sure until we actually analyze it. The important thing is we've got it, and it's high quality enough we can use it.
Great.
Linda? Nothing for your team?
We didn't see a single toaster, sir. Can't explain it other than what the doctor suggested.
Puzzling, but serendipitous at face value.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
You have your mission. You will be well compensated.
Sheriff, I'm here.
Excuse me.
Good to see Spears' team back. Crenshaw and Dr. McClintock arrived shortly after leaving the CIT campus, without incident. They have made brief reports. I'd like to hear your report as well, Lieutenant.
Sir? No casualties to report. For whatever reason, the Siths didn't teleport at all once the jammer was initiated, much less to our location. We all thought they were clearing out to blow us sky high, but nothing ever happened. Doc thinks we shut down the teleporter with the jammer.
Yep.
I don't get it. Why can't we just park a jammer over that spot, trap him inside, and let him starve to death?
The doctor's working theory seems plausible. That the jammer reached to the actual teleporter machine and prevented all passage out of the Institute. But, with lives on the line, we can't afford to depend on a theory. The Institute also has above-ground allies that would try to disable it. We can't hold the CIT campus indefinitely.
So what comes next?
We have the data, now we need to analyze it and refine the parameters of the next phase. That's gonna take a few hours.
You heard the doctor. Next phase won't be ready until tomorrow. Get some rest, everyone. We'll meet back here in 24 hours. Lily, one last thing before you go.
Yeah, I know. Institute business, stay away from my safety.
Quite the opposite. We need you and your sidekick for this. The reason will become clear in the briefing. I wish there was another way.
Wait, what? You need us? You really mean it?
Yes, I do. As I said, I wish there was another way. The plan has already been set. We just need the data to refine it. The only reason you're not being briefed right now is because of the Institute's mind probe.
Why? I mean, yes, of course, but what?
As I said, the reason will be clear at the briefing. See you there.
Alright, so we wait
You should get inside the city.
and come back. Okay, so we slept 8 hours, we waited 12 hours here, still nothing. Let's wait for another 4 hours.
Hey, anything?
No, that was 2 AM. Okay, 3 hours.
You need? You just take care of it yourself.
What time is it? 3 AM. Guys, you have very late briefings.
Hey there.
You have your mission. You will be well compensated. Everyone's here. Thank you, everyone, for coming. This is a very important meeting. I've called Whitworth here to join us for reasons that will become apparent. Yesterday, with all of your assistance, Dr. McClintock was able to gather some high-quality subsurface images of the CIT campus. She and Lieutenant Dan reconstructed the images overnight to give us a clearer idea of what we're dealing with. Doctor?
While the GPR data doesn't give us granular detail, it tells us enough. We were correct in assuming that the Institute is under the CIT campus. The Institute itself is roughly the shape of a round, tall dome about 1 kilometer tall and 1 kilometer wide.
Oh, wow.
The GPR only gave us a rough ping from the bottom of the dome, but it appears to be mostly a void filled with distinct and large architecture. The top of the dome is directly under the marble slab and surprisingly close to the surface, 10 or 20 meters at most, but still below sea level. As one would expect, the amount of cooling required to sustain their operations is considerable. They must deposit all that heat somewhere. There are a number of large ducts in and around the area, most of them unused, but we think we've found an active cooling system. GPR indicates at least 4 extremely large bore pipes running south from the dome and coming to an end at the bottom of the Charles River. The pipes terminate in several large, flat metal structures with a high albedo and surface area at the bottom of the river. Heat exchangers. Odds are good they circulate warm, purified industrial coolant water to the exchangers and return it after it's cooled off.
I'm guessing we ain't just gonna bust their air conditioning system in though, huh?
Yeah, we need to be a little more decisive in what we do with this information. Sheriff?
The Institute is a giant bunker, no doubt about it. A frontal assault, or even any sort of infantry maneuver, is totally out of the question. For all the protection being underground affords, it was designed with one major flaw. It is below sea level, and very close to the Charles River.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Our plan is based on the same principle as our operation against the railroad headquarters. But that's where the similarities end. We're going to flood the Institute with seawater.
This plan has Babs written all over it.
Indeed, she's turned into quite the secret weapon. It was Dr. McClintock's idea, and Whitworth's demolition expertise is going to make it possible. Whitworth.
So you're really gonna go through with this, huh?
Affirmative. You know as well as any here the ongoing threat the Institute poses to the Commonwealth. Hundreds kidnapped and murdered. People attempting to organize a Commonwealth government slaughtered wholesale. And now they've turned their attention to us. Lily would be dead right now if not for Crenshaw locating Lenny. They took out contracts to kidnap the Doctor and Mr. Dr. Pepper as well. This is intolerable. Were we nations, this would be an act of war. Even if it weren't required to get the Brotherhood to leave Boston and us alone, we would be pursuing this ourselves with this newfound intel. This is a threat we intend to neutralize, for our own safety and the safety of our children.
Sorry, just after so long with them in the shadows, it seems unreal we might be on the verge of ending it. Yeah, I can help you there. If this seems kind of like a staged presentation to all of you, it's because the sheriff, Dan, and Babs talked to me about this late last night. So what you want to do is flood the Institute with seawater. But as large bored as those pipes are, the space is too big to fill quickly. It'd probably take a few days to fill that place up, even with all 4 pipes busted wide open. And as much damage as that would do to their operations, it could probably be stopped by quick thinking and safety valves. You just piss them off. So you need a way to get the seawater into that dome fast. To do that, you need to remove a lot of bedrock between the river and the dome. I'd wager nobody here ever heard of a singularity bomb.
Nope.
Singularity?
Can't say as I have.
No. And I like my bombs.
Singularity bombs are one of the last weapons made before the war. I've never seen one. They were all prototypes and the project was top secret. I only know about them because I would read all those top secret weapon documents the merchants would bring me. You know, get a leg up on the competition, find out what's out there to buy and sell. Apparently some crazy fucking scientists managed to make a bomb that can spawn a tiny black hole wherever it detonates.
The fuck's a black hole?
It's a point in space where gravity is so strong. You know what? Skip the technobabble, it'll just confuse you.
Oh, that's the nicest way anyone's ever called me an idiot, Whitworth.
The important thing is that everything in a 200-yard radius, and I mean everything, armor, people, buildings, bedrock, air, light, is all gone. It's sucked into the singularity almost as fast as the speed of light before the singularity itself runs out of steam and implodes. The cavitation pressure of the resulting vacuum will cause a giant shockwave in the bedrock void it leaves behind. So you've got a vacuum force pulling what's left of the bedrock wall along the void one way, and a sudden shockwave pushing it the other. That's how you're going to remove the bedrock between the Institute and the Charles River and make a bore wide enough to flood it in minutes. If I time it right, the bedrock wall between the river and the Institute will be shattered and crumble under the pressure of the ocean. I'd estimate nearly an eighth to a tenth of the entire dome will be shattered to the open ocean. You could fill it in just a minute or two.
That bomb looks so goddamn cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had it here the whole time, right under your noses.
I'm certainly glad you kept it safe for us, Whitworth.
Huh? Me? I wasn't keeping it safe.
You told me you had it.
Oh, I didn't have it. I mean, I went and got it, and I have it now, but before that, Crenshaw had it.
Funny.
Oh no, I'm serious. He had it on that shelf of yours.
Come again?
Yeah, I knew what it was the moment I laid my eyes on it. That big green Saturn-looking thing in the gyroscopic containment field. I tell you, she's a real beauty.
What? I had an explosive device in my room?
Technically an implosive device, if that helps.
No, that doesn't help. That's not any better. Are you mental?
Good thing you didn't bump it, neither. You stopped that quantum gyroscope. Wow. Well, I've always wanted to see one of those beauties detonate.
Isn't that the one we were plinking caps off the other week for fun, Crenshaw?
Were you? Good thing you didn't get through the stabilizer rings. Sure. Bye-bye, department.
And you knew this whole time?
Let me see. Yep.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
We need to have a serious talk about risk management sometime, Whitworth. Does Crenshaw have any other weapons of mass destruction or similar doomsday devices in his room we don't know about?
You should smell our room in the morning after taco night.
Yep. There's at least 2 more in there. Probably don't want to bump those, neither.
Well, there you go, Iggy. Hope you learned your lesson about collecting cool-looking shit without knowing what it is. Do us all a favor and collect a venereal disease on your next field trip like any other soldier.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna be sick.
Unbelievable. Okay, nobody go into Crenshaw's room until Whitworth and I have talked about his lack of self-preservation instinct and disarming these bombs. But right now we've got more pressing business. Continue.
That's what we needed the data for. I had to rig the charge to blow at a specific depth. We needed to know what depth and how to get it there. The resulting operation needs 2 separate payloads. One charge to bust open the exchanges first, and the other with Crenshaw's decoration. But you, Dan and Babs, know that already, so I'll let you explain.
Whitworth has given us a payload that can destroy the Institute. It's up to us to deploy it appropriately. Lieutenant?
The payload will be delivered to the heat exchangers on the river floor by a team in scuba-equipped power armor.
Well, that explains why I'm here.
Affirmative.
Ha! Right on! Rewrite again, Lily.
Actually, she and her sidekick ride again, Lieutenant. I spoke to Dr. Gary already, and he has not cleared your wound for exposure to seawater.
What? Are you serious?
I'm always serious.
That smooth-talking son of a bitch.
However, the T-60 seals still need to be checked, HUD data uploaded, and tanks switched out for amphibious mode. I believe that's your department.
Say no more, sir. I'm on it right now.
As you surmised, Lily, that is why you're here. This will be a submerged power armor operation. The time spent salvaging power armor off the Atom Cats' coast makes you, by far, the most experienced submerged power armor pilot we have. You and your team formed an extremely effective amphibious assault unit. We need that skill again.
My team? You really mean it?
Were you not the one who led them across the seafloor and to take the Atom Cats' garage? Was the report incorrect?
Well, yeah, of course. That's what you asked me to do. I just never thought of it as my team.
Then it was your team. Now, I believe Lieutenant Dan was going to brief you and your team about this.
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Eyes on the map, everyone. Lily and her team will enter the Charles River from a heavily wooded area on the south shore, approximately 1 kilometer west of the CIT campus. They will proceed east on foot at the bottom of the river, under the bridge, and deploy the payloads at the heat exchangers. The first explosive device is designed to rupture the heat exchanger at the head of the return pipe, opening a route much deeper into the ground. The second explosive is the singularity device. It will be sucked into the ruptured return line and detonate at a predetermined depth. Unlike with the Atom Cat's garage operation, you will be returning using the same route, and you must remain submerged at all times. To minimize the chances of detection, you will be...
Let me guess, we're doing this at night?
Affirmative. Feet get wet at 2000 hours.
I'm kinda digging this night ops thing we got going on here.
As I was saying, stealth is key here. You need to remain submerged at all times. You shouldn't have much of a problem doing that. The river is particularly deep in that area, with the exception of the bridge underpass. The first explosive is a standard demolition device to rupture the coolant return pipe. It is controlled by a remote detonator. The second explosive, the singularity device, is neutral buoyancy and hooked to a sustained pressure switch, a depth sensor of sorts. It will be drawn into the coolant return pipe towards the Institute and detonated at the proper location, if all goes well. Your power armor HUDs will be loaded with an overlay of waypoints and the deployment location. Place your packages exactly where they indicate. The positioning of both is critical to their success. Do not forget to tie off the singularity bomb with the magnetic tether. It is zero buoyancy and will drift away with the current if you don't. Return along the same route you came and meet with Harkins on the roof of the apartment building by the plutonium well south of Diamond City. Trigger the explosion from her position and observe to verify detonation.
Which one? There's 2 or 3 of them down there.
The tall well facing the river by the Rune Street corner directly south of the main gate. The roof gives a good vantage point for the blast site.
So, what sort of light show are we looking for? How are we supposed to verify this thing went off and did what it was supposed to?
That is a good question. Whitworth?
Oh, that's easy. It should look like... well, you just... Wait, no, that's not right. You got me. I don't know.
Well, this is awkward.
We've been monitoring energy bursts for years from that spot. Those should stop, right? Does their music station transmit from there too?
The signal is certainly the strongest in that area. Crenshaw, can you accompany Harkins and take telemetry readings? As the doctor stated, observe the classical radio station signal and monitor for teleporter energy burst signatures. Stay out of sight. Do not fire a single shot unless absolutely necessary. Maintain radio silence. The Institute cannot know we are there.
Sir.
Scuba-equipped power armor with HUD data is in the power armor bay. Both explosive devices...
Implosive.
The devices are in the armory. Any questions?
I still got the bar armor you got before, that's true. Sorry, I was looking at the Art of War at the bottom of the screen.
Might I suggest returning it and piloting one with inspected seals and fresh air tanks? It's waiting for you in the power armor bay.
Alright. You're going to outright destroy the Institute. I mean, there are children down there. I mean, in a war, you destroy you kill the soldiers. In that case, this case, probably the top guys, and yeah, there are children down there.
Gee, I'm sorry, but we were all out of donuts and reach-arounds. Just seemed like destroying them was the next logical step, you know? Now, what did you expect us to do? Turn it into a strip club? Maybe build a giant pool in the basement and fill it with chicks in bikinis? They've sworn to replace us. You take that kind of threat
That's
serious.
not what I'm talking
This is
about.
war. They've been at this for over a century. Get real.
Exactly. This is war. You target the soldiers. In that case, the top scientists. Maybe the second line. Not the children.
Ah,
alright, let's go.
I have no idea what that means, But if it's good, we're glad you're with us. You won't be alone out there, Lily. Harkins will be stationed on the overpass. She will quickly end any threat that may come your way. But after the GPR scans we took, the Institute will be very paranoid. We can't send more than her or we risk them discovering us. Keeping the team too small to notice served us well against the Institute previously, so we're doing it that way again.
Good luck out there, everyone. Come home safe to us.
Lily's team, remember your orders. Follow them to the letter. We are a team and work best as one.
All right.
Move along.
Where is my power armor? This one?
I heard that frame's got waste handling capabilities. So if you feel the urge, you just go right on ahead wherever you are and let it go.
Hey. Hey.
Good. Let's get the explosives. Now.
Sure.
So what's the gizmo, huh? I don't like that sound it's making. Hey, Whitworth, you sure this funky thing ain't giving me brain cancer or something?
Not even remotely.
Whew! Okay, good. Wouldn't want to wake up a ghoul or nothing.
No, I mean, I'm not even remotely sure it won't give you brain cancer. You hear that thing? If giving people brain cancer had a sound, that'd be it.
Typical.
A Geiger counter showed no radiation emissions above background levels. The only energy coming from it is what you can see and hear.
Remember what Dan said about neutral buoyancy? That thing isn't supposed to float or sink, it goes with a current. It's critical to use that magnetic tether and put it right where the HUD indicates. It'll just drift off without that. The magnet holding it will shatter in the demolition blast, and it will be free to ride the current down the coolant return pipe into the Institute.
Got it. Anything else?
I don't send you on this task lightly, but there is nobody better suited in the Commonwealth for submerged power armor tactics. Come back to us in one piece so we can resume dinner nights.
You love me. One of these days you're gonna say it, Sheriff. Ha.
Certainly not in front of everyone. Please be safe, Lily.
I will. I promise. Come on, let's go fuck some nerds up.
All right. 7:30 and 8:30 p.m. Alright, what time is it? Alright, so we are very close. Now Chaos Junction down there is as active as always. Okay. Speak with Lily. Okay, Lily, where are you? Okay.
Hold up. Time out. Time out. I got something in my eye. So here's the spot. Check your seals and bearings one last time. We can't afford to have a leak and surface early. With any luck, we won't have to fire a single shot to do this. You ready to go?
Yep.
All right then, gear up.
I like.
Just like last time. The path is entered into your HUD. If we get separated, just push on and meet at the heat exchangers.
Yeah.
Once again,
couple of
into
bugs the
Davy
last time.
Jones's locker. Stick close, guys.
So not sure what happens to my head. But well.
Hey, is that a candy bar floating by your head? Hope it's a candy bar.
Okay. Are you coming, Lily? It's actually deeper than I thought it would be. It's pretty deep. Where are we? Ah. Lily, are you around? Are we going up? Going back up. Okay. Proceed to the next marker. Right, so we are just below the bridge.
There it is. That's gotta be it. Nothing else like it down here.
Hey, is that new? That's nice.
You see it on your HUD? Put that demo charge right where the overlay is telling you. I'll hook up this crazy-ass single Larry bomb thing.
Okay. Place a charge. There you go.
Alright, both are placed. Let's get the fuck out of here and up to Hawkins. Remember, back the way we came and stay submerged.
Yes, sir. Alright, we are nearly back. Gosh, I don't like power armor. It's... I don't know, I don't find power armor fun, really. Just too clunky and I don't know, don't like it. Alright. Meet up with the mutant. Where is the lieutenant? Here. Hey, I can drop a save. Nice. Hopefully. I'm just so paranoid of those bugs. Now, is there anybody else there? No, we're good. Robots there. What I would like to do is drop a save, and I would like to cheat a little and change the weather so that we have a nice clear weather for the explosion. Alright, very good. Get out of the power armor and drop a save. And change the weather. Okay. Nice. Now, do I want the power armor for that? You know what? No. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I'll just leave it here. Alright, where are we going? Bobby pins, nice.
Hey, you think maybe the keysters?
Okay, I am going to remove this.
Something? Why don't you slap on a rubber glove and check?
Okay, let me remove those earrings. Okay. Where am I supposed to go? Up there.
Oh, see those dead raiders? That's Linda's work, no doubt about it. It's a shame she got here first.
Lily, you worry me sometimes. Okay. Hey, Psycho and Jet. Perfect for Psycho Jet. We even have a saving point. So nice. Anything else? Save. Alright, alright. You guys seem to be relaxing. Beautiful night. Okay. What are you guys doing?
Hey.
Good to see everyone alive. Did you complete your objectives?
Linda? And the sheriff? Nice surprise seeing you out here. Like a little Girl Scout meeting or something. Oh, hey, you even brought martinis and coffee. Don't mind me, I was just trying to take out the Institute while you're kicking back up here. Assholes. Don't hurt yourselves or nothing. You need me to get you some donuts? Maybe a foot massage?
Don't tempt me, Lily. Watching the Institute fall to a martini and a massage? Oh, that sounds divine.
That you guys' handiwork with the raiders back there?
Yeah, you like that? We had some fun on the way up. Nothing wrong with mixing a little business with pleasure.
It's nice to get out of the office every once in a while.
I thought so. You should really come out to Pickman's next art show with me if you like that kind of stuff.
I've heard about him. Quite an interesting choice of medium.
But yeah, everything went smooth. I mean, we did what we need to do. It's waiting down there to detonate.
Excellent. Now we detonate the demolition charge. Lieutenant.
After all she went through? Thought Lily might like to do this.
What do you say? You want to do the honors, or should I?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, then. All right. Not gonna argue. I've wanted to do this for a long time. Step aside, ladies and gents. Say no more. Say no more to kidnappings, no more mind probes, no more sabotaging Commonwealth governments, no more fucking Institute. So, how long is this supposed to take before we know if it worked? Safe to say that's the Singularity device. Really hope this building doesn't collapse.
Safe to say it detonated, yes. Whitworth wasn't sure. All that knowledge doesn't make him a geologist or a physicist. He estimated 5 to 10 minutes to flood if it happened at all. But it was a best guess on his part. Crenshaw should be entering Cambridge right now to monitor burst readings. And we have our own device for monitoring the carrier wave here.
Is it like some kind of giant rotating dish you're gonna have me haul back, or something with millions of dials and buttons I don't understand?
It's the radio, Lily.
Oh, I knew that. Well, I guess we sit here and wait while we listen to some tunes.
Kind of relaxing, actually.
Indeed.
Whirlpool's a good sign. All that water's got to go somewhere.
Pretty.
Whirlpool? Oh, yeah.
Crenshaw's reporting heavy teleporter use. The second signal is pinging east of CIT.
Nice
He thinks
touch.
they're heading to the facility below Watts. It's a good sign our plan worked.
Not unexpected. We knew they'd have time, even in the best case scenario. Keep me up to date on the chatter as it happens.
Sir!
Well, that's another repetitive radio
No
station
more radio?
we won't have to worry about no more.
The radio station just went dark, Iggy. Talk to me. Sir, Crenshaw reports teleporter bursts have stopped. Looks like their power's down.
Can't believe this might actually be happening.
Well, we wanted visual confirmation it's flooded. Crenshaw says saltwater's coming up out of all the storm drains in the area. We're gonna have to go to Watts and clean out the place.
Agreed. They wouldn't have teleported there unless they had repaired it enough to leave through the elevator. Otherwise, they'd be teleporting into their tomb.
Oh, let me do it, Sheriff. Please, please. I got my sidekick here and everything. They ain't got no teleporter no more, and they're on the ropes. We can leave right now and fuck them up.
We talked about you confronting the Institute. I had no choice when it came to you placing the charges under the river. But this is different. Spears can clean them out with 3 mechanized infantry units. There's no need to risk yourself.
Can I go?
Oh, come on, Sheriff. They can't kidnap nobody no more. The teleporter's down. Most of them are dead or holding their breath right now. Please, just let me do this. Gotta shut that place down myself. Permanently.
You raise good points. Very well. Report back to HQ when you're done with your therapy session.
Ha 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 ha! Giddy up! Come on, we gotta hurry. We got some nerds to fuck up.
Sure.
I should contact Maxon and report our end of this Faustian bargain completed. It's time for the Brotherhood to leave Boston.
Yes, sir. Now, can I... So where do I go? Where do I go? What's electronics? Let's walk there. And I can't jump because I don't have a power armor. I was silly enough to... Can I jump? Can I go from this side? Sometimes there are... Hey! How did you do that? Power armor still there, that's good. Just in case, drop a save. And let's go. A nice, beautiful night. Hey, never noticed that the flag is actually waving. Oh, didn't notice that either. Ah. Didn't notice that the flag was not the standard American flag. Makes sense. Was that the NCR flag? I'll need to do a bit of research. Alright, so this is Waltz Electronics and Ada is just right there. Hi Ada. I'm just here for a bed. There we go. Really? All right.
That's enough.
We thought you jack-offs might be hiding out here. The sheriff sent us to do cleanup. You guys are about to be extinct. So get the fuck out of the way, Dickfur. Unless you want to be the first of the last. Half of that's mine. Unless, you know, it's worthless. And it's all yours. Guess who, motherfuckers? I'm here to return my patient satisfaction survey. This time, I brought my power armor.
Are you attempting an ambush?
Not really an ambush.
The sensitivity of my sensors clearly needs adjustment. Hostile sensor read on. Goodbye.
I thought we detonated that thing. That's the one that Crenshaw left here, right? I thought we... Oh well. And there was a bed somewhere. Okay, there was a bed up top. No one here. Oh, all good.
Come on out. It's okay. We got free cookies.
Hey, that's the one here. Here's the bed. Okay, let's wait for the brackets
You
to...
guys let me know when you're ready to stop fucking around and start fighting, okay?
The brackets stay red. Darn, I can't save. Still in caution. There's one downstairs.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
There's one downstairs 5 steps away. 5 yards away, 5 meters away.
One brain taco
5
coming
up.
right up.
Is that Lily? Can't see this. Ah. There you go, good sir. Can't take that. Can't take that either. I'll take all of those good things because I guess that after this mission those will be in difficult supply. Alright, gentlemen. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Caused you to hit, huh? Your grandmother?
These guys are a good source of stealth, boys.
Perhaps mind sensors need calibration.
Okay, I'll need to eat something because I'm a little bit low on health. Alright, let's stay here. Once again, there is no pause on Pip-Boy in this mode. So what are we gonna get? Stingray fillet. That's nice. There we go. Okay, so I get quite a few up there. Hello, sir. Okay. Looks like we have a couple more just here. That hurts. Hurts. Okay, a little bit of water. And a couple of... There we go. Nice. Okay.
You ever wonder why people carry around a single pool ball? Maybe a baseball mitt? No baseball? Weird, right?
I'll take all of that. And I think we're good. You still haven't detonated. Alright, Lily, let's come. Hey. Hey, here you are. I'll still take your grenades just as a memento. Okay. But can I get up from here? It's there, right? Can I get here? Yes, I can. Ah. I cannot come from here. Ah. Alright. We'll go the long way around. Okay. Let's go south. Nice morning. It's quiet. It's very quiet. Six AM. Not much going on at 6 AM in Boston. Okay. So far, so good.
Commonwealth's a dangerous place. Hunting here and raping here.
Now, what was mentioned is that Whitworth would have some grenades for us for sale from level 80 and above. Which is nice. I wonder what they do. It'll be interesting to see. Alright, Sheriff.
Move along.
Are we all good?
Hey there.
It's good to see you back safely, Lily. We've been waiting to hear word from you. Was Crenshaw correct in surmising the Institute fled to their auxiliary facility below Watts?
Yes.
Looks that way, yeah. There were a dozen or so of them. There isn't any more.
Lieutenant Crenshaw, can you repeat your report for the new arrivals?
I was just telling everyone there's seawater in the basement of CIT, and none of my guys have picked up a single transporter signal out of there. I mean, since that classical radio station went out not long after detonation.
In fact, no energy readings at all can be detected under the campus. Was the situation you encountered at Institute Counterops consistent with this?
I'd say so. We destroyed the Institute. What happened to my face? Ah, I still have that skin color bug.
I hope you're right, but for now we operate under the assumption they will restore power and resume operations. The teleporter jammer stays on. In the absence of direct evidence, only time will tell if the Institute has truly and fully been neutralized. In the meantime, I will send word to Maxon that we have accomplished our objectives. I assume they will wish to verify our claims themselves. I will further inform Maxon I expect him to honor our agreement and pull his forces from the Commonwealth.
You really think he's just going to leave now that the biggest threats have been taken out for him?
This is not a trivial operation for them to sustain or get underway. It's in their best interest to leave with no reason to be here. Even if Maxon is too inexperienced to see it, his advisors aren't. They're not eager to continually drain resources here for no reason. Then there is the matter of optics. He agreed to this. If he didn't keep his word, the tangible damage to his reputation would be severe.
Yes.
Nobody could take him at his word anymore. And the trust of his soldiers is absolutely required for someone in his position. No, I expect they'll leave once they verify our claims themselves.
I sure hope you're right.
Me too. Whatever the case, Commander Delano is radioing the message to them right now.
There's a lot of tech in that facility. Obviously, we can't be sure if it's safe to go in there, but it's certainly safer than before they went dark. We shouldn't let something like that go to waste. There's bound to be excellent scrap there, if not some functional tech.
Agreed. Spears, I know you are itching to get back in the field. Take some mechanized units over there with Crenshaw. Assume hostiles will be present. Hopefully there won't be. Either way, secure it so we can start cataloging and recovery.
Sir.
Crenshaw, your report on the facility said most things in it were newly manufactured, including the tech. At first light, take all your free scavers over there and clean it out. Don't assume it's secure until Spears has given you the clear. And when you're done, demolish the entire complex. It can't ever be used again. Clear?
Crystal.
Crystal.
Alright, the Brotherhood has agreed to leave the Commonwealth. Please choose if you'd like their operation depot to be removed, consistent with the story. Or remain so you can have some paradoxal fun. Yeah, let's be consistent with the story. I like my vertibirds, especially when I cannot fast travel, but yeah, let's be consistent. Consider the BOS gone.
So, Did we really just do it? I mean, are we the last one standing here? And, I mean, you sound pretty sure the Brotherhood is gonna leave.
Only time will tell for sure.
Okay. So, great work, team. Now what?
The Brotherhood isn't the only one we made an agreement with. Are you forgetting, Lily? DP said he'd make us a very special meal for a very special occasion.
Huh? What are you talking about, Babs?
I can't believe you forgot, Lily. The invites have gone out, your dress is on your bed in your room, he'll be here sometime today.
Oh, fuck! Rizzo, oh, holy shit, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck.
It appears your question has been answered, Lily. I will leave you to your preparations.
I have to go hang some decorations in the greenhouse, Lily. Enjoy your panic attack.
Yeah, you said you handed out the invites, right?
Yep, I just dropped them in the mailboxes. See you tomorrow, Lily.
Holy shit. I've got a lot to do all of a sudden.
Alright, I was thinking of stopping the stream here, but it looks like we have one more thing to do, so... Make a save point, read the wedding invite, and play this quest in one sitting for best results. Alright, so... Hey, there is no more institutes. That's interesting. Alright, so let's read this. Wedding invite should be at the bottom, I guess.
Oh, damn. I lost track of the time. I need to get ready for that. I'll see you at the greenhouse.
Yes, Lily. You are warmly invited to attend the ceremony of Lily and Richard. Richard, that's his name. Oh. At noon in the Centerfield greenhouse. Okay. Now, it's a little bit noisy here. Let me see if I can reduce this. Okay, let's reduce the effects a fair bit. Yes, it's a lot better. Okay. I'm here.
I can't believe it's finally happening, Lily. But you're here, and you did it. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, Rizzo was a tough one to pin down, wasn't he? I'm about to close the trap on him now. Shelly really came through with this dress, didn't she? It's amazing.
Hold still just a second. I'm trying to fix your shoulder strap. I don't know why you insist on wearing your shoulder pauldron today.
'Cause it holds my scarf on.
So why are you wearing the scarf today?
Because the sheriff gave it to me. Next question.
Okay, then let me fix your panty line.
Panty line? That's my holster strap. You saw the panties Shelly gave me to go onto this. They're riding so high you can see them when I yawn.
You look great, both of you.
Good grief, Lily.
Just how high can these things, you know?
You about ready over there, Lily?
Yep. I think we got all the bits where they're supposed to be. Ready when you are, DP. No escape now, Rizzo.
I ain't going nowhere. Don't worry about that.
Time to shine, Lily.
I don't know how to thank you for all this, Babs. The greenhouse, being my best maid, and everything else.
It's made of honor, Lily.
Whatever. You gonna walk me up there? Or am I gonna be too old to have kids by the time I take my vows?
That's my Lily. We're on our way. Mendel, play the bridal march.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the matrimony.
Boring.
Holy shit! Give me a chance at least, Lil.
That right there is why I love you, girl.
I love you too, sugar buns.
And so it begins.
Every damn time.
Quiet, both of you.
Will you two shut up and let me do my job?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, of course. Sorry. Go right ahead, my man.
Right, I'll skip the boring shit then. Lily. I'm sure I speak for everyone here, Lily, when I say we're truly happy for you and Rizzo today. But today almost wasn't, because not that long ago, we thought we had lost Lily. I remember where I was when Bob told me what I was doing, and I bet the rest of us here do as well. That's how hard the news hit. It was like the brightest light in the Commonwealth was extinguished. I've known Lily pretty much her whole life. She's the closest thing I got to a younger sister. I also see a lot of people come and go from the diner. They all blur one into the other. Just more wastelanders like me and the rest of them. But not Lily. You always remember Lily. You remember her fire. And our world was a lot darker when we thought we'd never get to see that fire again. Her bright light that makes each day memorable.
Oh, DP, you're gonna make me cry.
I mean it though. When Bob discovered it was just a synth duplicate that they... Well, that's not why we're here anyway. I just want to say this. Not long ago, I was speaking at your funeral, Lily, and we had no idea how we'd go on. Today, I'm speaking at your wedding, and that really makes today something extra special, and it makes today a happy day. You guys ready?
Let me at him.
Ready as ready gets.
Before I begin, I want to stress to those here that they wrote their own vows. So let's get on with it. I, Richard Zohar, do take you, Lily Adamcat, as my lawfully wedded wife, to honor and to hold, to love you and only you, to listen to you cry when your T60 breaks, to not switch your coffee to decaf, to whoop the ass out of anyone who messes with you, to raise a herd of kids to torture Uncle DP, Aunt Sheriff, and Aunt Babs, and to do everything you tell me if I know what's good for me, until death do us part.
I, Richard Zoa, do take you, Lily Adamcat, as my lawfully wedded wife, to honor and to hold, to love you and only you, to listen to you cry when your T60 breaks, to not switch your coffee to decaf, to whoop the ass of anyone who messes with you, to raise a herd of kids to torture Uncle DP, Aunt Sheriff, and Aunt Babs, and to do everything you tell me if I know what's good for me, until death do us part.
And Lily, repeat after me. I, Lily Adamcat, do take you, Richard Zohar, to be my lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, to love like crazy, to put our kids into T60s the moment they can open one on their own, to break the legs of anyone who messes with you or our kids, or our T60s, to cry to you when my T60 breaks, to love you and only you, to share my life with you and be by your side for the rest of my days, until death do us part.
I, Lily Adamcat, do take you, Richard Zohar, to be my lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold, to love like crazy, to put our kids into T60s the moment they can open one on their own, to break the legs of anyone who messes with you or our kids or our T60s, to cry to you when my T60 breaks, to share my life with you and be by your side for the rest of my days, until death do us part.
If anyone can think of any reason why these two should not be married, speak now so Lily can break your kneecaps after the ceremony.
I don't think anyone feels like dying today, DP.
Nobody objects? Thank God for small miracles. That could have gotten ugly. Then, by the power vested in me when you asked me to do this, and 3 new Coca-Cola Darks, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Congratulations, you two. I'm so happy for you.
I ain't gonna protect you if you piss her off.
Welcome to married life, you guys.
Quit standing around. Abby needs a playmate.
Thanks for coming, you guys. Sorry you gotta get back to work right away.
Welcome to the family, Rizzo.
Let's go eat, guys. Twisted Mist has probably got everything set up by now.
Give me a minute, guys. I've got to clean this stuff up first.
I will assist you.
Sir, we need to get back on duty. We have everything under control. Enjoy the food.
Of course, Lieutenant. You know where I'll be.
Ah, Lily. You're a married woman now.
Hello there.
Okay. There we go. Guys, I'd like to move. Thank you.
Hey, there you are. Grab a seat. I was just telling DP and Rizzo about some of the insane shit we did.
I've been trying to get her to wait until everyone gets here. I got a feeling there's gonna be a lot to tell.
I was telling him about Cooter's place, that the Gunners made him live in his tool shed.
That's really fucked
Lily,
up.
have a look here.
I'm glad you showed up when you did, because knowing the Gunners,
There
he was
we
either
go.
gonna be sold or killed when they were done.
Wedding
Oh,
picture.
the fucked up part is they drank all his beer that he brews for himself. His place was littered with empty bottles.
Of all the low-down dirty shit to pull, to drink a man out of all of his beer?
And man, oh man, was he ever pissed the fuck off at the sheriff.
Wait, what? Why? What did she ever do to him? I doubt that even ever met.
Hangman's Alley. He blames her for poking a stingwing's nest. You know, getting him all riled up, paranoid, and taking turf back from him.
I guess I could see his point of view.
Yeah? How so? Aren't the Gunners responsible for what the Gunners do?
Oh, for sure. I didn't say it was her fault. I just said I could see his point of view. I mean, think about it. He's out there, minding his own shit. One day, some Gunners with a bone to pick with the sheriff show up and turn him into a slave as part of a plan to get back at her. A little nobody like him out on the edge of nowhere? He was enjoying the status quo. Not being noticed is a big advantage in this world. Someone that unimportant, his only real danger was being replaced by a synth because the Institute makes no sense. Nobody else would bother with him. None of that would have happened if the sheriff stopped with beating the Gunners. But well, we were both there and we both helped.
What was she supposed to do? Feed him? Let us tear him apart with our pitchforks and bare hands? Let him go? And Hangman's Alley would have never happened if the Gunners hadn't attacked in the first place. Where do we stop tracing back blame?
One thing I've learned is people keep tracing back blame and stop whenever it's most convenient to fit the story they want to be true. Another thing I learned is that the tougher the problem, the more complicated it is to fix. There's no such thing as an easy fix for a tough problem. What I'm saying is there's no easy answer here. You and Kuda both make good points, and that just might be as good as it gets. The sheriff acted the way she thought was right and most effective. And it was. But nobody could have known Kuda would suffer for it years later.
You know, you're a lot smarter than you look, DP.
Been hearing that my whole life. I must look really stupid because I've never felt smart a day in my life.
I don't know, those glasses make you look pretty smart. A lot like Babs.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Don't worry about that, DP. You're a good man. Barb sees it, or she wouldn't keep coming by for her meals or sitting with you in the greenhouse.
You really think so?
Yeah, helping me get ready for the wedding got her talking a little. Just keep doing what you're doing. Be yourself, and it'll happen. Hey, guys.
That is a very large water tank you're talking about, Doctor. Do we have the resources?
We don't have to fabricate a new tank. There's one at the old Shoal propane branch about a half day east of here that would do the job. There's probably leaks at the weld points after this long, but we can patch those from the inside and it will pressurize just fine.
Very well. It is important we have as much clean water on hand as possible. I'll send Crenshaw to inspect it and write up another salvage report.
Hey, no talking work, you two. It's my wedding day.
Sorry, Lily. We're here now. You're right. No more work talk. Rizzo, welcome to the diner. We usually do this for dinner night, but we moved it up for the wedding. I hope you like it.
Mind blown, Doc. I grew up in Quincy. Spent the last 7 years living in a Red Rocket service station. I didn't know places like this existed anymore. If I knew this is how you were living, I'd have asked you to marry me years ago, babe.
Thanks. I think. I love you too.
You make anything special for the menu today, DP?
I did, but it's spaghetti again. Twisted Mister had to finalize the meal by himself, so I had to make it something he couldn't fuck up. But the bread is piping hot. I took it out of the oven myself when I got back from the greenhouse.
You serious? We only get this once a week, at most, and it's my favorite food. I wouldn't have let you serve anything but spaghetti today.
That makes me feel better, Lil. I was worried it'd be too regular for your wedding day. You guys are gonna like what I did with it, though. You won't believe what I was able to pull off for this one. You know those chili pepper things you dropped off the other day, Bob?
Yeah, those were beautiful, weren't they? No more rewiring Wellingham to steal his pepper.
Well, I diced them up, dried that, and ran it through the coffee grinder.
Wait, you put pepper in the coffee?
No, I'm not an idiot. Well, I'm an idiot. I'm just not that severe an idiot. I just used it to grind up the Would you just listen for a second?
Sorry.
As I was saying, ground it up pretty fine, a lot finer than Wellingham's canned shit. And I mixed it with the flour and pressed that into the spaghetti. Not too much, though. I just want to bring out the flavor, not make you guys hate it. So the spaghetti's gonna have just a small bite to it today.
You're a goddamn genius, DP. I can't wait.
Where you been my whole life?
What a pleasant surprise. You're so creative, DP.
Very thoughtful of you. I'm sure it will be excellent.
So, we're all here, we're all hungry, the food's hot. I want to say congratulations to Lily and Rizzo. And I want to say welcome, Rizzo, to the Bleachers and the family. This is your first dinner night of many, my friend. Finally, I want to say we should eat before shit gets cold.
Listen to the man, people. He knows what's important.
So, Rizzo, Lieutenant Dan has informed me you inquired about submitting an application to be a deputy. Is this true?
Oh, yeah, I did. I was with Quincy Security before the Minutemen took it over. I was really young, but they still put me on patrol. And then with the Atom Cats, I've been on patrol in my T-60 for years now. Gunners, ghouls, raiders, you name it, I'll fought them, they died.
I'm sure you move very well in a T-60, but relax. This isn't an interview. We will discuss this another time. Enjoy your wedding day.
Oh, sorry, I just,
The sheriff makes everybody nervous at first, Rizzo. It's part of a charm. Quit intimidating my husband, Sheriff. He gets enough of that from me.
Okay, so what did you want to talk about, Lily? It's your day.
Oh, no.
Glad you asked, Babs. Good point about it being my date, too. Let me tell you.
Here it comes.
Oh, I gotta hear this.
Yeah, you heard of the raided gang up in Salem? Well, the merchants ain't lying. These guys really ran with the whole Salem and Halloween thing.
You mean those jackasses really do run around in Halloween costumes and shit?
Sorta, yeah. They'll wear those ridiculous plastic pumpkins on their heads, dye their clothes orange, and put up lots of Halloween decorations.
Crenshaw reported something similar. Apparently, they're supposed to call their leaders the Pumpkin King and Queen. They tried to spread rumors the Queen is a witch. I don't think it really took.
Yeah, you should also know they peppered scarecrow booby traps through Salem. Proximity charges. Tell you guys to stay away from them.
Good advice. I will pass it on.
How odd.
You're telling me. You should see their, I guess you'd call it a lair? It's a cave under Salem that connects with the ocean under the surface. They had it set up pretty good in there, for raiders. I bet a fishing settlement could do really well in there, but raiders are dicks like that.
Raiders are a constant plague on efforts to reestablish some sort of representative order in civilization. I wouldn't be surprised if they had killed legitimate settlement claim holders already in that cave to take control of it.
Given your feelings towards raiders, I can assume there's no Pumpkin King or Queen no more.
There ain't many people up in Salem, but a lot of caravans come down that road to the west of it as they work their way along the coast. So yeah, they had to go. Only a matter of time until they come back, though. Raiders are like cockroaches.
You got that right. There's always another shit who's not above making a few fresh dead bodies to pick clean if they run out of old ones.
When you stop to think these people were everyday citizens of the planet before the war, you can almost sympathize with the bombs.
Lily gives better than she gets from them. They learned the hard way she was back in town. Didn't they, babe?
Oh, that one. Yeah, those gangs are scrambling now.
What did you do this time, Lily?
Those raiders who jumped me in mass chem? You're pushing up daisies. But Crenshaw showed me the notes my sidekick here picked up. He didn't know what to make of it, but I know enough about Raiders to know that Jet Joan and Special Ed don't run in the same circles. You know, normally, who gives a rat's ass? But Joan's note mentioned him, and she was in Monsignor Plaza when my sidekick found her. Again, no big deal, but Jet Jones with the Natick Banks Raiders, not with Special Ed's Corvega Raiders or the Monsignor Plaza Raiders. So we got 3 Raider gangs cooperating to get yours truly off the streets at the behest of the gunners who were working for the Institute.
That is a curious amount of cooperation for Raiders. You've got quite the extensive knowledge on Raider gang leadership.
Not anymore, she don't. They're all dead.
Shh, my story, hun. They're finally letting me talk.
Sorry, babe, I'm just real proud of you.
I trust you didn't put yourself in danger to accomplish this.
That's the great part of the story. We shake a few Raider trees, kick up some dust to make sure they know I'm alive, and we waited for him to panic. After we've scared the shit out of him, I went to talk to Dennis and Goodneighbor. That's what I needed those oranges for, sis. Ain't nothing better to pay a ghoul with than the taste of the old life.
No, that makes perfect sense.
So we get them all worried I'm gonna burn a plasma trail up each one of their ass cracks, and predictably they organize a meeting about it. Now Dennis didn't know where the meeting's happening, but he knows that the Walden Pond Raiders sent their leader, and they're a small outfit. So we air out the Walden Pond Raiders and capture one named Squeeze alive. And that's what we do, till she coughed up the meeting location. Turns out the meeting's happening right next door to my safe house in the theater district, and nobody knew it. You believe that shit?
You mean that monorail car you wanted all that water for a couple years ago?
The same. You should visit one day. You'd love it in there, DP. It's like someone fit this diner in a train car. I was really lucky to find it.
Sounds amazing. I'd love to see it sometime.
So it turns out this meeting is happening in the basement of the building that is literally next door to where my monorail car hangs.
You used grenades, I assume.
You know, I didn't. But come to think of it, grenades would probably have been a better idea than what I did.
Dare I ask?
Well, I barred the door real quiet-like so they couldn't get out. And I had my sidekick here fetch some Mr. Handy fuel from my monorail car. I dumped the fuel into the basement through a broken drain exhaust outside the building, and my sidekick drops a flare down the pipe. Now, you can imagine what happened.
Kaboom! Good thinking, Lily.
Well, actually...
Impressive strategy, Lily. Raider leaders rarely go quietly. Or cleanly.
What? Yeah, about that.
Do I even want to know?
Well, Mr. Handy Fuel is flammable, and those Raider leaders are dead, so,
So much for quiet and clean.
Without getting into details of just how much it took to kill those pricks, yeah. Pretty much.
I'm proud you at least tried to not torture them like a psychopath this time, Lily.
Well, baby steps, you know?
All right. Speaking of Raiders, it's time to fess up. I've heard a lot of merchant chatter about a giant upset in the Nuka World Raiders. They say someone killed 3 Diamond City expatriates who headed up a gang over there not long ago. It shook up the trade over there some. The same 3 Diamond City expatriates you had justifiably swore to kill if it was the last thing you did. Correct me if I'm wrong, but last dinner night, I told you about them and where they were. I got a feeling this ain't a coincidence.
Hey, before you start lecturing me on putting myself in danger, just want you to know those 3 assholes had it coming. For years. William killed April and made it look like an accident. We both know it. And Mags, that fucking goddamn evil bitch deserved every second of it.
Whoa, sorry, Lily. I didn't mean it like that. It just wasn't going all the way out to Nuka World a little drastic? I didn't mean for you to do that.
Damn it, DP. April was your friend too. You know what Mags did to me for years when I still wasn't old enough to know better. You know damn well. Look at me. I mean, look at me. You think I don't know how fucking goddamn small I am? For fuck's sake, DP. I weigh less than most kids. And Mags is responsible for that. You know it better than anyone else here. I'm tired of Raiders taking shit from me my whole life. They took my parents, my body, my friend, my childhood. They're not getting away with it.
You're right. I'm sorry, Lily. Mags deserved it. I just worry about you since the kidnapping. We all do. I'm glad you got her, though. Real glad.
Babe, it's a happy day. Good food, good people. Let's do this right. Remember, I love you. We all do.
I'm sorry, DP. It's not your fault. You've been a good friend and the closest thing I got to an older brother. Just Raiders and me, you know?
It's okay, Lil. You're my little sister. Always have been. I'm not judging you. Why don't you tell us what you did to Max so I can smile about it?
Oh, I used my power armor to shove William's head up his own ass and stake Max and Lizzie out in the middle of the desert to die of exposure. Caravans say that usually takes 5 days or so to die, slightly quicker but more painful if the giant ants find you. Not bad, huh?
You what?
How is that even possible?
It's no biggie, you just have to be real serious about how you stake them to the ground. Just make sure they're not going anywhere.
No, I mean You know what? Never mind. I don't want to know.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm good on the details.
Efficient, effective, creative. Sends a clear message.
So proud of her.
Someone who causes so much pain to others, particularly to you, Lily, meeting the justice they had coming is rare in this world. Am I happy you found your peace? Yes, very much so. Am I happy you talked about that over food? Not so much. But I'm still happy you found peace.
Aw, thanks, Babs. Means a lot to know there's something I can gross you out with over food. Finally, after you've been doing it to me for so long.
Lily recently came across a railroad safe house. By pure serendipity, she recovered a very, very large cache of intel on their operations.
I take it they didn't just hand it over willingly.
Serendipity. Yeah. But me and my sidekick here, we stumble on this railroad safe house. Only we didn't know it was a railroad safe house.
How the hell did they get the jump on you? Better yet, how the hell you know they were railroad?
The first guy that greeted us was wearing a Corsa uniform. Same haircut, same flat, monotone voice. But it was just as surprised as we were. And you know what any smart person does when they see a Corsa outfit?
Empty the clip at it.
Empty the clip at it. So that's what we did. The rest of them didn't like that much, so we had to drop them too. At first I thought we stumbled on some sort of Institute remote location, but something wasn't adding up. Shit didn't look right.
What made you think it was railroad?
The tech didn't match. You know what I mean? I know what Institute tech looks like. Now, this place was stocked with pre-war computers. And we had a Corsa meet us at the door, and one of the others we dropped turned out to be a synth too. Doesn't leave many options as to what it could be, so I went with the simplest one.
And they just left the intel lying around?
You think so until you remember we had to blast through a Corsa, a couple of synths, and some others to get to it. So no, not really.
Huh, good point.
But we cleaned the place out of all the holotapes, and believe me, there were a lot of them. That's the intel Sheriff was talking about.
It was the largest intel haul we've ever gotten on the railroad, and one of the largest I've ever seen. Finding the railroad HQ was child's play. Literally. But we would never have found Ticonderoga without that intel. It was impressive work, and the value placed on recovering intel shows a good instinct, Lily.
You keep giving out compliments, folks are gonna start wondering if you got replaced by a synth.
Ha ha!
I really like the sheriff.
Oh, bad joke.
I wish we could have her as a companion.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I want to hear about the Atom Cat's garage and you crossing the harbor floor to sneak up on the gunners.
Sneak up on them like totally badass motherfucking amphibious power armor super ninjas. Fuck yeah! Woohoo! Hell yeah!
Are you going to tell us, or are you going to just sit there wet at the mouth while you think about it?
I'm getting there. Just give me a second to think about being a power armor ninja. Woo! Okay, so it was a dark and stormy night.
Don't make me regret asking, Lily.
Sorry, just trying to add some color to the story. We followed your plan to the letter, Babs, and it worked like a charm. The crossing itself was kind of boring, except that we heard Sigmund grumble once. A real good one, too.
Oh, you gotta hear about this one, Bob. The Atom Cats got their own damn sea monster out there off the peninsula.
Really? Do tell, Lily.
Well, I ain't sure what it is. Just we've caught glimpses of it.
Glimpses? What is it? A chameleon or something?
No, it's just that it's at least a click long and the water's pretty murky. Never even seen its head, or even the whole body at once. It's got reptile scales like a deathclaw does, and when it decides it's gonna grumble a bit and make noise, you hear it for miles and miles. We see it sometimes when we're diving to recover power armor. I don't know what it eats, but it could probably eat our salvage barge whole if it wanted.
Over a kilometer long? Fascinating. Could you get a blood sample for me?
I would love to.
Fascinating is not the word I use when I'm 50 feet below the water, look to the right and see a giant wall of scales moving past me. And a blood sample from Sigmund is one crazy thing you ain't gonna get me to do. Probably need a discard and Sabo syringe to penetrate those scales.
That's okay, Lily. I was just curious more than anything. Let's hope it keeps leaving you guys alone out there.
I bet the gunners were surprised to see you when you got to the other side.
Don't know the half of it. They left one guy watching us. Everybody else was up front, guarding the road like a bunch of idiots. I'll admit, it didn't occur to me that you guys would come out with the water either, but those jokers were completely unprepared.
The only person it occurred to was the doctor, who shared it with us, and it formed the backbone of our strategy for taking the garage.
It was absolute genius, Doc. These guys secured us and took out half the gunners before they even knew the shots were coming from.
Thank you, Rizzo. I'm just glad everyone is okay. Other than the gunners, I mean.
Yeah, well, on behalf of all the Atom Cats your plan saved, thank you anyway. Then Crenshaw stuck around and did that thing you guys do to warn the gunners to stay away.
That was on my order if you've got any issues with it. Gunners only understand two currencies, caps and violence. We aren't about to pay in caps.
No, it works. We haven't even heard the word gunner at the garage since, much less seen one. It's just, well, Lily warned me.
It's one thing to hear about us hanging gunners. It's another to see us hanging them in your front yard for your own protection.
Yeah, that. It's not usually something you see settlements and good guys do, you know what I mean?
No, you don't see them do things like that. And that's what gunners and raiders rely on. Your civility, which they see as a weakness. Instead of speaking the gunners' language, you see them repel attack after attack, until, one day, the settlement falls and everyone is slaughtered. Civility is reserved for those who would pose us no harm. It is an arbitrary line you limit yourself to, and it puts you at a disadvantage in war. The gunners heard what we did at the Atom Cat's garage because we spoke their language. Understand?
I do. We're grateful for it. We already decided to leave the bodies up there. We're gonna try it your way this time, Sheriff.
The Atom Cats are our friends and allies in addition to being our trading partners. We will always answer their call for help.
Told you, babe. She ain't gonna leave our friend hanging out there. She proved it once already. The gunners and raiders know to stay away now.
I know. It's gonna be an adjustment moving here. I gotta get used to the crew being on the other side of the city.
We talked about this. We'll see him every week or two. Think about the warm bed and what's best for our kids. Hey, let me tell you what we did at Quincy to fuck him up. That'll make you feel better.
You ain't wrong about that. You ain't had the time to tell me what happened over there. What the hell were those giant explosions?
Oh my god, those were cool, weren't they? I thought Hawkins was gonna drop the whole causeway down on Quincy.
Those must have been some pretty impressive fireworks.
You don't know the half of it, Babs. Just kaboom, boom, woo, boom, boom, boom. Oh no, woo, boom, 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 boom. Boom!
Hell yeah!
She grabs a couple of spotters and they drag some quad-barrel rocket launchers to a perch. Linda just lets loose from there. She empties one launcher, her spotters drop the next on her shoulder, and she keeps going until they gotta reload. She shoots those rockets just as well as she shoots any rifle. She shoved them right up the gunners' asses before they knew we were there.
It's heavy, but effective. We don't do it very often, or anywhere near as much as Lieutenant Harkins would like to.
Those bastards have been harassing us for months. It's about time they get exactly what they had coming to them.
Oh, they got it all right. They were still trying to get rid of the ringing in their ears and put their pants on when we rolled in. That place was a ghost town when we were done. Nothing but the breeze.
Without settlers to repopulate the town, I fear it's only a matter of time until gunners, raiders, or mutants move back into the area.
You really think so? It was a pretty decent-sized town before the Gunners moved in.
A settlement needs a measure of security and stability to be able to grow. Quincy has none of that. It will be a long, slow process to repopulate. Gunners and raiders are unconcerned with supply lines, and they provide their own security, such as it is. They will always resettle more quickly. We can't provide such security all the way out in Quincy. And the Minutemen? Well, we've seen what they can provide to Quincy.
Yeah, betrayal followed by tucking tail and running. Glad we got you guys watching our backs. 'Cause I grew up there. It's tough knowing it's sitting there, empty. And only 'cause there ain't enough people with the will to move in.
It may yet recover someday, but if it does, it will be because settlers were ready to move back in, not just because it was empty space.
I bet Rizzo would like to hear what you guys got up to in the Mass Pike Tunnel when you got back from the Atom Cat's garage.
I will, but first, I gotta ask you, was that your plan to trap him down there like that? It was like shooting mole rats in a trash can.
Actually, the sheriff had that idea.
The capital region's subway system was a sprawling labyrinth. We learned many ways to use those tunnels to our advantage.
Alright, you gotta let Lily tell a story before you go giving it all away.
Oh, Rizzo, it was so cool. Those gunners didn't know what hit him there either. I just wish you could have been there.
Okay, I believe you. We established that. Now tell me what happened. What's this idea the sheriff had?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that part. So the gunners had the bright idea to attack the department while they were out helping you guys. And the sheriff was able to fend them off, but... Well, the gunners got away alive because a good chunk of her guys were out helping us Atom Cats. We can't have gunners attacking the department and live in because, well...
I can't abide a gunner that breathes. It sends the wrong message.
Well, they ain't breathing no more. The snipers pushed him into the Mass Pike Tunnel and Lieutenant Dan took a mechanized squad in from the other end. That leaves only one way out. A heavy metal door under the old police depot at the end of a long tunnel, which the sheriff welded shut. That tunnel lined them up all nice and neat. They had no way out, no cover, and no chance.
A standard maneuver in the capital. More often than not, when we could drive an enemy force into the subway tunnels, they were falling into a trap.
I think I'd rather have you dodging baby vomit than bullets from now on. Sound good?
You see, Rizzo? This is why the smart people like me and Bab stay behind that wall.
I have a hard enough time fighting off weeds.
I won't argue. That's the smartest thing I've heard all night. So, Lily says all these gunners that have been moving against you are doing it because they can't get over how you spanked them years ago.
Diamond City's guard spanked them, as you put it. Most people in the Commonwealth are aware of what happened next.
Yeah, Hangman's Alley. News of that reached us out in Quincy. We felt like you kicked the shit out with them for all of us that day.
There were a lot of feelings that day. Among them was the commanding officer's feelings. He got away. Neither of his sons nor his brother did.
All right. I see where this is going.
Get this. So after he does such a shitty job trying to take Diamond City, Gunner Command busts him down in rank, and he blames the sheriff.
So he doesn't blame the ones who started the fight for the results of the fight, but the people he attacked. Did he expect them to just lay down?
Yeah, I didn't say it made sense. That's just what he did. So he takes his few loyalists and decides to shelter up north in that vault you mentioned. Only it wasn't empty. The fucker slaughtered an entire vault full of children of Adam. Not the asshole kind, but the cool kind of Adamites.
That son of a bitch. You know how hard it is to find good people who don't shoot you on sight out here? I don't care if they're in a cult or not.
I hear you. I got no problems with the ones who are friendly. The gunners set up a fake front and everything to make it look like nothing happened.
How'd you guys end up getting in? I mean, those things are designed to keep Armageddon out. And while you're a handful, Lil, you ain't Armageddon. At least not once you've had your morning coffee.
We had a plan. One that was so poor it deserved to fail. Yet somehow it still worked.
It turns out those gunners there work with the Bunker Hill Raiders. Those raiders kidnap and ransom folks in debt to Bunker Hill to Kessler. Now these ain't loan shark muscle raiders. Kessler doesn't send them to do the kidnapping. Kessler pays to get them so they can pay their own bill. But sometimes, pretty often actually, she doesn't pay. and the raiders sell the poor schlubs to these gunners for like 100 caps a pop. The gunners either pass them on to the slavers or sell them to the Institute for experiments. Either way, they open that vault sometimes. Am I getting this right?
So far, yes. I'm surprised at the lack of embellishment. Somewhat disappointed, if I'm being honest.
So we decided we were gonna pose as raiders, and I tried to sell my sidekick here to the gunners to get him to open up.
As I said, an awful plan.
I want to point out that was not my idea either.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a bad plan, yeah? We get there and we tell them we're the raiders from Bunker Hill and we got my sidekick here to sell. And they tell us to use the key card they gave those raiders to get into the front door. Obviously, we ain't got a key card, you know? But here's where karma bit the gunners in the ass. One of the children of Adam survived, some hoary old geezer in flimsy robes. He'd been living not far from the entrance, waiting for one of those messages from God type things to tell him what to do. More importantly, he had a key card to the main entrance that those gunners were asking for.
Crazy old man Adamite in flimsy robes? Oh, lucky you guys. Let me guess, he decided you were the message he was waiting for?
You're telling me? I had no idea where he was keeping that key card the whole time. I don't want to know. My sidekick handled it. But yes, when he learned we wanted to air the vault out, he decided it was convenient to believe Adam sent us. So he handed over his unsanitary card.
All he wanted was the claim to the vault when we were done, which we weren't going to occupy anyway. The children of Adam in that vault have a history of non-aggression. He had fully intended on restoring that dogma. It was a fair deal.
So you used the questionable key card of unsanitary origin to get in. Then what?
Problem is, we gotta take down their guard before they can get the gear door closed, or we'd never get into the vault, like ever. And the inside's a really big cave, so they piled up these old cargo containers into some sort of hollow wall with a maze in it. Real frustrating. You gotta get through that before you can even see the damn main gear door. So these gunners would have plenty of time to close it if they need to.
Tactically, it's a brilliant strategy to put attackers at an extreme disadvantage. I was impressed.
So, it's just me and my sidekick in there, because they recognize the sheriff. We gotta get as close to that door as we can before dropping cover. At first, they wouldn't buy my sidekick, so I had to make it look convincing. I kept trying to upsell, you know? They kept pointing out the obvious flaws.
Indeed.
But they got greedy. When I knocked 40% off the price, they just couldn't resist. All suspicion was gone, and they opened that second gate right up. We got into the maze and then started doing what we do to gunners before they could get the gear door closed and let the sheriff in. I still have no idea how it worked. I never will.
That makes two of us.
Did you guys find what you were looking for in there? This gunner with no sense of irony?
Oh, yeah, he was there all right, hiding behind all his goons. So many goddamn goons. I thought I was gonna run out of ammo. The sheriff let Oaks pick his...
Oaks was given the opportunity to pursue the only means of justice we could give him. He took it. For Oaks, Abby, and Andy, that's all we're going to say about it, Lily. It's disrespectful to use his tragedy as entertainment.
I'm sorry. I don't think about that, Sheriff.
I like
You're right.
her, really.
Suffice to say, the stupid gunner colonel is now very dead, as is his privately funded war on the Bleachers.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Attacking my greenhouse was just totally out of bounds and uncalled for.
She took it really personally. I feel the same way if someone came in here and started smashing up my glass.
So, how'd this guy get all the caps to pull this off? The gunners couldn't have been funding a general harassment and personal grudge campaign.
They were kidnapping for the Institute. Real specific targets. I mean, the Institute chooses stupid targets to replace, but they're still chosen. That's how I ended up getting kidnapped. Their asshole in charge of kidnappings had real explicit orders not to arouse suspicion and mess with us. But that order came from their gunner boss. The Institute decided they wanted me anyway, but that a replacement would get spotted right away. So they made
It's okay, Lily. This is your wedding day. Let's talk about something else.
What they did to her? I'm never gonna forget that.
Lily?
I'm sorry, guys. You're right. This is a happy day. Just give me a few for something shiny to catch my attention and I'll be all good.
Perhaps if you tell DP and Rizzo how the operation against the railroad headquarters went. The doctor may like to hear a first-hand account as well. It was her plan, after all.
Yeah, it was a really good plan, wasn't it?
3 people to neutralize an entire hostile headquarters, and they never had to enter the line of fire. You tell me.
I know, I said it was a brutally efficient plan, Babs. Maybe even unfair to him, but I gotta hand it to you. It was fucking brilliant.
Thank you. I wouldn't give you guys anything less than the best I could think of. We got lucky I thought of it by chance this time.
Chance favors the prepared mind.
Okay. You're talking about this brilliant plan and not going to tell me what it was. Out with it. I gotta hear it now.
I'm with Rizzo. You can't keep doing this. Out with it.
Well, so you know where the railroad headquarters was, right?
Nah, but some merchant left a holotape on our workbench at the garage one day. It said to follow that tourist trap downtown. That Freedom Trail. So I guess I know how to find it like everyone else who can play holotapes. Just never bothered to go looking.
Those fucking holotapes are everywhere. It's crazy how many Lily and me threw away when assembling all the songs we could find for the Dyna radio. Like Diamond City doesn't already have a serious trash problem without them adding to it. They're a goddamn pain in the ass is what they are.
You ain't lying, DP, but the important thing is this Freedom Trail takes you right to the North Church. And they're in the basement. And they got an escape route out the back. A long tunnel through a storm sewer pipe chase with a few manifolds that are open to the ocean.
Yeah, I know where that place is. That's not far from the shore on the north end.
Not far from the shore, and the basement is below sea level.
No, you did.
All the rain that falls in Boston goes into the ocean by these drains. That close to the shore, a lot of them have merged into giant bore pipes.
With the ocean levels being so far above where they were when this town was built, those drains run in reverse at high tide. The railroad headquarters is even further below sea level at that point, and at their most vulnerable.
We got down into that escape tunnel with a crowbar and planted some seismic charges down there. We aimed to crack a full section of the main pipe away, but it filled so fast I'm almost sure we cracked the wall between the ocean and tunnel too.
That's insane. You guys let the ocean take them. Just how fast did it fill up?
Fast enough the only railroad agents we have to worry about anymore are the ones who were topside when it happened.
We got to the church maybe 5 minutes after the boom booms and the water was already in the basement at sea level. That's why I'm thinking we managed to crack the sea wall too.
You're right. That's definitely brutally efficient. Thanks for that, Doc. Helping keeping Lily safe, I mean.
No need to thank me, Rizzo. They'd all do the same for me.
You like that? Wait till you hear what we did to him at Ticonderoga.
If it's anything like Bob's other plans, I assume you only needed a tack hammer. And you did it in safety from the other side of the Commonwealth.
After all the other stuff, I might actually believe it at this point. Did she zap them out of existence with a super brain?
Now that would be a trick.
Close. We smoked them out by sending tire fumes up the elevator shaft, leaving only one way out of a building full of poisonous smoke. And we made sure that the only exit out of the building opened up to a hallway full of turrets with us at the other end in case any got through.
You may be the only scientist I know, but I'm pretty sure you're the deadliest one in the Commonwealth.
Aw, that's so sweet, Rizzo. Thank you.
You've heard me use the expression shooting mole rats in a trash can before, but have you ever actually done it? Because that was damn close.
Whenever I hear one of those stories, Rizzo, it really drives home the message that you should stay on the department's good side.
I wish we had you guys instead of the Minutemen at Quincy.
Part of our strength lies in knowing our limits. We can't maintain security while we are perpetually overextended. I'm sorry we couldn't be there.
It's not like you would have had time to get there even if they could have got a message out. It all happened so fast. Quincy ain't been my home in a long time. Here, I gotta get used to waking up somewhere other than the Atom Cat garage.
Perhaps you'd sleep easier after Lily tells you about our successful operation against the Institute. The doctor may like to hear a first-hand account as well. It was her plan, after all.
I still can't believe you guys pulled that off. The entire Commonwealth's been trying to get rid of them for decades.
Oh, wow. It was just another classic Babs plan. Only took a few of us, and nobody fired a single shot. So we just got done talking about how the railroad HQ was under sea level. Well, the Institute is really below sea level.
Where have them bastards been hiding out so long anyway? Nobody could ever find the damn place. Total opposite of the railroad.
Right below the CIT campus just north of here. You believe they were just a few blocks away this whole damn time? Unfucking believable.
There's a valuable lesson in comparing and contrasting their ability to remain hidden with whatever the railroad calls what they did.
Yeah, no shit. Would have been nice if the Institute painted a large neon stripe on the street to their front door and told everyone about it.
That's right on the other side of the river, isn't it?
Just on the other side and right up against it. We just had to figure out how to get enough water from point A to point B to do the job. There were some coolant pipes running to heat exchangers on the river floor, but nothing big enough to do the job fast enough.
There was over 50 meters of rock between the Institute walls and the river. That was just the bare minimum distance.
How'd you get through that? I figure they weren't about to let you just walk in there and start digging into their roof.
We forgot to ask.
That's the cool part. You know about them. But Rizzo, you remember I told you about Crenshaw's toys? Turns out one of them is a Singularity device.
Who's Larry?
Singularity.
Whatever. Larry's not a bachelor, or even a guy. Larry's kind of an explosion. Well, implosion? Whitworth was trying to tell me.
Sorry, Lily, I can't sit by and listen to you butcher science like that. Crenshaw took a pretty-looking weapon of mass destruction home with him one scouting trip and put it on his shelf to admire some years ago. Nobody recognized it for what it was. Well, nobody with an intact sense of self-preservation, at least. Thank you, Whitworth. But it turns out it's something called a singularity device. Anything within 200 meters of the detonation is effectively removed from existence. Armor doesn't help, solid rock, heavy metal, air, light, whatever it is, matter or energy, it's just gone in a flash.
And Crenshaw had this actual real-life nightmare sitting on his shelf in his room the whole time? And nobody knew it?
Whitworth knew it for what it was, and was able to make it suitable for undersea deployment when we needed it. But he's a little... As the doctor said, he has no self-preservation instinct. I have no idea how he's lived this long. It just never occurred to him to tell anyone.
Please tell me there's no more unsecured doomsday devices in Crenshaw's room.
Whitworth pointed out the rest. We had to explicitly ask him where they were. Something we overlooked previously given its not normal procedure.
So you guys used it to suck the Institute out of existence?
Yeah. Well, sort of. We used our power armor to slip into the river downstream and made our way to one of those heat exchangers. And we blasted our way into a return pipe and let it take the Singularity deeper underground and towards their dome. Flew about halfway to the Institute, like Whitworth said it would.
Wait, so the Institute is a giant fishbowl now? You're shitting me.
It sure is. You believe the sheriff and Harkins were kicking back with martinis on a roof across the river while me and my sidekick did all the work?
It was very relaxing.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed that.
I know, right? If they'd told me, I could have had Sheffield come up and give him pedicures and shit.
And you guys ain't worried you pissed off some of their topside agents and synths? They still gotta have lone courses out there.
We are always concerned with retribution, but the Institute as an entity and a cause to rally around is effectively dead. Their paid informants have nobody to pay them and nobody to inform. Their lone synths are just that, lone, and are in a survival mindset now. Complacency breeds vulnerabilities. It's best if you assume they are still capable of doing some damage. That's how the department is proceeding.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's just they've been the hidden bad guys for so long, it's almost strange having them gone. I suppose we're all gonna have to learn how to focus on other things now.
Since this meal's conversation has been about deeds worthy of mention, I'd like to bring up another point of business at this moment. I would have a word with your sidekick or executive assistant. I do not know what the official title is, Lily.
Executive assistant, actually, but I'll be honest, unsung hero would work for today at least. You don't need my permission, Sheriff. You must have done something really fucking wrong to get called out like this over food. Ha!
Look under your dinner plate. There is something for you there. A question.
Pick up your plate.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that? There's something you don't see every day.
That's quite an honor.
You totally deserved that, pal.
This mean I'm gonna lose my sidekick?
I would not break up such a remarkably effective team. Understand that you are still on the power armor route from the garage, however. Your tendency to stay quiet and let your actions speak for themselves is an admirable trait, and one that Lily doesn't appreciate nearly enough.
Hey, now watch it. This mouth wins a lot of fights by itself.
I talked it over with the other lieutenants and Oaks. You've got the right stuff. You're already a resident. Are you up for the challenge?
They don't offer that to just anyone, believe me.
Absolutely. Well, I wish we could have the sheriff as a companion, but yeah, I'll be an underling. Sure. I'd be honored.
Very well then, Deputy. Welcome aboard. Lily, I believe you have something else to go with the badge.
Okay, now it makes a lot more sense why she asked me to hang on to these earlier. I thought they were wedding accessory sponsorships or something. So here, these old things. Luna has a policy of open exchanges if you like other designs of the badge, tomahawk, or blade. I'm really happy. I am. Now nobody can say I've killed all the sidekicks I've ever had anymore. It's the small things in life, you know?
A blade. Alright. A big sticker.
Might I suggest you think of the children you will have, running through the halls of the Bleachers?
Holy shit! Did you just smile?
I assure you, I did not.
Ha! You are so busted, Sheriff. Don't worry, though. I won't tell anyone.
Nobody would believe us anyway.
You did! You totally smiled! I just saw it!
Seriously, though, congratulations, you two. I can't wait to see what the next few years bring.
I can't wait to fill this place with kids. Y'all better worry about what's coming, not hope for it.
Nonsense. I look forward to meeting them one day. They will be safe here.
Thanks, Sheriff. We've been talking about that for a while now. I'm glad we got a place we can finally make it happen.
I want to point out here, I just heard you all say you're looking forward to the future with hope. If I say anything more, I'm gonna cry. So just don't forget today, guys. We won't get many like them.
That right there, DP.
You have an understated wisdom about you, DP. I will deny saying that if anyone asks.
Thanks for the reminder.
You all good over there? Ain't said much. Jump in whenever you want.
Let me see. Are you still going to be able to hang out with me?
Oh yeah, for sure. You come on over and tell me you want to go outside and play and we'll roll.
Nice. Yeah, having a good time. Don't worry about it.
I know we get to yammering about shit and can't shut up sometimes. I'm glad you're not taking it personally.
Lily, you asked me not long ago why it always seemed to be you tapped for the important missions. Why I didn't send able-bodied deputies.
Yeah, I've been wondering that. Am I finally gonna get an answer out of you?
Yes, it has all been for a bigger reason, and part of a larger plan. Years ago, when Mayor Roberts asked me to stay and head an exterior security force, he said I'd have to train Diamond City to protect itself.
I think you've done a great job, Sheriff. The Codmans hate us more than ever. That's never a bad thing.
The fact remains that myself and the lieutenants are not locals. We're not even particularly good at acting like civilians. And, to be honest, we're old for wastelanders. That's how life works. This world is a harsh place to live and fight. It takes a toll.
So what are you getting at, Sheriff?
The Bleachers belongs to the citizens, as does Diamond City and the Fens. The lieutenants and I are still new arrivals. This isn't our town. We live hard lives. We won't be around forever. Diamond City will have to rely on itself one day to fill those T-60s and protect the Fens. Luna, McGilly, Oaks, Delano, DP, Dr. McClintock, Rizzo, and you. You're the next generation that will replace us one day. You'll have your own recruits, your own chain of command, and your own responsibilities. And they'll need someone to be sheriff, Lily.
Oh my god, Lily!
Oh wait, me? Are you serious? You been smoking Babs' stuff or something?
Someday, maybe, yes. You are a creator and creative. A leader and a positive influence on those who would follow you. Look at the Atom Cats. You and Zeke kept those kids fed and safe for years and years, with no help from anyone. And, while molding you is reminiscent of working with clay full of sharp glass shards that bite back, there is much to work with. Spears said he has never trained a finer T-60 fighter in his life. Crenshaw says you have a keen insight for how the local mind works. Harkins says you remind her of herself at that age, and Dan consistently remarks on your loyalty and tenacity. I agree with both of them. So, maybe one day, when the rest of my hair is gray, I'll ask you if you're ready to take responsibility for Diamond City's safety.
Yeah, you're definitely smoking something if you think I'll make a good sheriff. I ain't never gonna be ready for that. Hell, I don't want that.
That's the first quality of a good leader, Lily.
Well, shit.
That's the quality of a great leader, Sheriff. You're looking for your succession. Succession planning, absolutely important. This concludes the quest portion of the Fencer department. There is much more content to be experienced, workshop ability, follow dialogue, region quest, weapon armor, even side quests. Please endorse this mod even if you hate it. I loved it. I spent too long on it. Please leave positive feedback and not toxicity for the voice actors. They are trying to build careers. Frankly, the voice acting was great. Well, everyone, this was the grand finale of the Bleachers. Lily, what are you doing? This was frankly a very positive surprise. Excellent story. Well, a couple of bugs here and there, but it's absolutely worth playing. I had a blast. I wish there were more of it. It was amazing. They managed to rewrite a fair amount of the different factions. We understand where the Institute is standing. We don't really understand why they were doing what they were doing, but at least we understand how evil they were. We understand the Brotherhood a lot better. We also understood how the railroad was perceived and the kind of impact they were supposed to have or not to have. No, that was really, really good. They put everything back in perspective. And look at what they did. It's beautiful. Excellent design. The voice actors were great. I mean, Lily's voice acting was amazing. I really liked the sheriff as well, frankly. But Lily was incredible. All in all, absolute must play. I would recommend it to everyone. If you like Fallout 4, I recommend it. On the possible, I would say, improvement opportunities, I don't know if it's feasible to put all of the rooms of the Fencer department into one area. When you don't fast travel, the loading screens can be a bit of a pain. So I don't know if it's something which is feasible. A couple of bugs once again here and there, but otherwise, yeah, I give it a good 9 out of 10, 9 or 9.5 out of 10. And it's free. It is free. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. This was Fallout 4, The Bleachers. Next time, we will start a new playthrough, a new series of playthrough, a different game. So have a look at the channel, and once again, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys, your time. I hope you had as much of a blast as I had. Have a wonderful day, and a great week ahead.